Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video. This time it's a deck profile of my Orcust artifact list. This list has been performing pretty well. It does well against most of the meta. When it goes first, it has a really strong first turn. It's not like it can't be broken, but it's really sticky and it has good follow-ups, which I like. And I'll just hop right into the list. So, 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Dark Grepher, 3 Scrap Recycler. You can't play Math Man anymore. You play Scrap Recycler anyways, but you can't play Math Man even if you wanted to because there's no Harp. So, that's why there's no Math. And then 1 Golem for the Scrap combo. If you resolve the Scrap combo, you just win. Yeah, and then Jet Synchron also for the Scrap combo. This is definitely better than O-Lion. I don't know why anyone would play O-Lion. This card, you summon it back by discarding, so it can help you out there, but then also it banishes itself. So if you discard like a random card, like let's say you discard Upstart and then you just do your regular combo, when this is banished, you shuffle this back in the deck with Gal to make your play better. And then 1 danger. I know it's weird to see like 1 danger snake, but I wanted another dark in the deck, and then I also wanted it to be an extender. So the snake was just kind of like the obvious choice. I didn't want to play something like instant fusion just for 1 slot. 2 Phantasme, fixes the hand, gets the scythe back into the deck, and then draws. It's also a dark, and then 1 crow, it's also a dark. 1 brass, I felt like this was needed. I wasn't playing it for a little bit, then I started playing it. It also lets you do cool things like Savage, and it also lets you make Link Karibo, which makes the Dino matchup a lot easier. Same thing with those, but then 2 Skeleton, 3 Nightmare, 2 Wand. I feel like this like ratio for monsters is gonna be standard for the Orcust. Kind of makes sense. You don't really need any more. In a Nightmare, you kind of want to draw to discard it and stuff. Gizmek, still there. It's still good. I'd say it's better than before. The format's kind of like diverse right now, and this card does a lot against the slower decks. Being a 2450 attack monster, it lets you pop something, and it's also an extender. And then Artifact Scythe, just 1. If you draw it, unlucky. I happen to draw it a lot. I'm unlucky a lot. It's an auto win, honestly. Like if you see Sanctum and you go first and you open up like Gal, Crescendo, Sanctum, like you win that game. 3 Allure, Consistency, 3 Called By to stop hand traps, Foolish, Babble, 2 Return. I was running 3 and then 2, but I decided on 2 of this because I was getting multiple copies. And honestly, like your second turn, you have access to this with Gal anyways, so you don't really need to be drawing it past turn 1. And then Rhoda to get to Armageddon Night Grepher, Upstart, Consistency, Crescendo, you only need 1. 3 Sanctum, you want to draw it. You just want to Sanctum them first turn. And then if you go second, this deck's really good at cracking boards. You can ding Send and make Gravity Controller bounce back their guy. End with no monster in the end with no monster summoned from the extra deck to play around Shadow Fusion. You can Sanctum them, just auto wins. Trap Trick, they get an auto win. And then it also gets you Dynamiscus, and Dynamiscus is really good too. It's also an Optimistic Mind. You also have Return now Mystic Mind too by getting rid of your only guy. But Dynamiscus, also it's a really good card. It can come back as a body also, which can be good to use it to like make the scrap guy or something, unicorn. It works well with IP. All these, like Dynamiscus and Sanctum, both work well with IP. And then side deck, 3 nib, salad and rocket mainly. Combo decks like that. Droll, just the one. Just wanted like another card against Spiral, and this is a pretty good one. I mean, it's pretty much like an auto win once you drop it, unless if their hand's really good. 2 mind control, really good against a lot of decks. I mainly just wanted like more more cards versus Salad because of how big Salad was getting, and then cards that like also could hit other matchups. Like Mind Control is really good against like the Lunalight deck. It's really good against the Shaddoll deck to take Window. 3 Dark really no more combo decks. You just drop this, do a decent board, then Sanctum win. 2 Galaxy Cyclone. I chose this over Cosmic or Twin or Lightning Storm or even Evenly, just because like you can use this and then use it again later on, uh, and that's kind of like insane to me against a lot of decks that are running like Judgment. They're running Waking of the Dragon and stuff. They're playing a whole bunch of cards that punish you for Lightning Storming them or Twinning them. So Galaxy Cyclone, just to pop 1 back row, it lowers the chance of it being like a Waking, and then it can banish to pop like there can only be 1 or spoofing or something. And then 3 Heavy Storm Duster and a Trap Trick. The Storm Duster there because you're already playing Trap Trick, and you can kind of afford to wait a turn. So this card's like insane when it actually resolves. You just get the pop 2 and then you win. And then like if you play against a trap deck, you obviously are gonna take out Sanctums when you're going into like game 2 and 3. And then Trap Trick makes it so that way you have 5 auto wins when you go first. And then when you're playing against like a trap deck, more Heavy Storm Dusters and Dynamiscuses. And then the extra deck, 1 Savage. Your turn 2, you want to be able to end with at least 2 negates. And if you've already gone through your Crescendo and your IP, then you're going to have your Ding Send and your Savage negate. So it's pretty much just there for that. You want to have a second interruption when you pass turn 2. 2 Ding, Sword, 3 Gal. I saw that 2 of the people that topped with Orcust recently were only playing 2 Gal. I don't know. I feel like I would play 4 of this if I could still. Like I always go through as much Gal as possible, just because it gives you a ridiculous amount of pluses. Always go into this card. Gravity Controller. This card's insane, so you can like use it to get Ding in the grave for Skelly. But then you can also use it to play around Shaddoll Fusion by having nothing summoned from the extra deck by using this to bounce back. So that's like a really, really important way to play against Shaddoll, because if they get a free Shaddoll Fusion against you, they're going to be like really far ahead. But that's also why like Sanctum's there. It's auto win against that deck too. IP, obvious, still gotta play it. Phoenix, Unicorn, still gotta play them. Link Karibo, first turn, you scrap Recycler, send this, summon it back out, and then link this away for Link Karibo, and then scrap Rivalrin. Because you want this engraved, so that way if they activate Lost World and give you a token, you contribute away the token for Link Karibo to play around Lost World. So it's like really big. Dino is a difficult matchup for like any deck right now. The deck can just OTK out of nowhere or end on VFD, and Link Karibo helps out against that while also just being needed in my deck because I'm playing multiple level 1s that are good in grave. And then Long, you don't really go into this that often, really, but it's just there. Scrap, really good. And then Bomber, again, you don't really go into this, but it is there. If they do have a big board and you have IP, you can Bomber, then like summon out Gizmek, but it doesn't come up nearly as much as it used to. And then it also you can like use Bomber and then summon Bomber and then activate Sanctum, bring out Scythe, blow everything up, and then you can also like activate Trap Trick, chain Dynamiscus Engrave to summon itself, and then blow everything up, and Dynamiscus survives because it's unaffected. But that's it for the deck profile. Like, comment, and subscribe. The DB Grinder signing off.